What if this game had a baseball bat?
You know, what would it buff?
Ooh. I mean, it would be a tool, so it would give you, in certain circumstances, a bonus, like the chain cutters or pry bar, right?
Right.
It would maybe up authority a little bit, maybe.
Maybe.
Definitely physical instrument in the case of some interactions.
Some interactions.
I mean, we get a gun, like, a baseball bat's not worse.
Yeah, God. The idea that we have a gun is just completely unacceptable.
Well, I mean, when we find it.
Yeah.
When
we find where we pawned it.
Oh. Hello, welcome to Talking Simulator. I'm Corey, and joining me remotely is Cameron.
Huh?
Today we're continuing our rerun of Disco Elysium. Taking a look at the new Final Cut content. And trying to make Kim love us. So, should I was gonna let you, control most of the run, to prevent me from punching Kuno right in the face. But since I'm in the driver's seat, I think it's time we gain some respect around here.
What if we miss Kuno?
Wait, hold on. I did that at home. I did that at home last week, and it's sad. It's so
what if
sad.
You fail to punch Kuno in the face?
You just kind of lie on the ground for a while if you miss. So, let's get into it. I think because I want to steal some shoes off a dead body, I have to go on a little side investigation.
Okay.
I believe we're aiming mostly for art cop, with conceptualization as our key signature move. But I think, dabbling in the mystic arts, trying to contact the entity.
Yeah,
might be a thing to aim for. I think we need a flashlight to do this, so I'm gonna go out and steal Kim's flashlight.
Okay.
From his car that he leaves unlocked for me. Doopy-doopy-doopy-doop-boo. Hustle! Hustle!
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet.
It's been out here for hours. That is a big engine.
This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion.
6 cylinders. Huh.
In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do?
Take the hand crank flashlight.
Robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
Alrighty.
The toolbox slides back.
Blam! Ready to investigate. You there, criminal! She lied about being a gardener.
I mean, she's also a gardener. Isn't she?
No.
Oh, I thought she also gardened. In addition to being the union lawyer.
No, not since she went to school.
Oh, okay.
She's lying.
I mean, my dad was a lawyer and a gardener.
Blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Guess you decided not to min-max, eh?
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh! Alright. Do I want to look at the poster that makes me feel weird inside?
Always.
Alright. Okay.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms.
You know, I
appears to be-
wasn't expecting to be able to still try to force my way through the door after getting the key. So I could still bludgeon myself unconscious if I wanted.
After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
Princess Intel, there's definitely some magical realism in here. Just a smidge. Fitness. No, talk to the man. No, please.
What is this place?
The netherworld, beyond the veil.
No, it's a gym. Though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us.
Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window. Other than that, the room is dark.
Invisible clipboard. My clipboard is a ghost.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason why no one's been here for ages?
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
Let's see if I can find the drugs in the punching bag. Nope.
Our observation is too low. Or not observation.
Perception, yeah.
Perception.
Free ball! Poster says Sitius Fortis. What does Sitius mean?
I can look it up.
Ooh.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps
Faster.
at the sight of these weights. Show the
Interesting.
world what kind of beast.
Faster,
it's
stronger. The Olympic motto is Sitius, Altius, Fortius.
Oh.
Faster, higher, stronger.
So that must be for, like, velocity and... Interesting.
There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. It's just a memory.
Look, Kim, it's a trap. There's no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard would just remove the collars? It should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Roll the dice?
I mean... Yeah? Will our spine just shoot out from behind our, like, oh
Let's
no.
find out. Oh, all right. I'll try not to die. Come on, bring it back.
You
There we
manage to
go.
hoist it off the ground, but the barbell feels wobbly and dangerous. Your hands slick with sweat. Turns out you're no beast, just an old man with bad form.
Oh,
See? See? This place is cursed.
I don't want to kick it. Seems like I'm a little out of shape. Maybe my palms are just slippery.
Wearing
Normal
gloves will definitely
reasons.
make it easier.
Oh, gloves.
Absolutely normal reasons.
So if I had gloves, I could do it. I get you. Anything else? Oh, tab? Okay. Your centers. Give me all your stuff. It is much darker in here than I remember.
Yeah.
Maybe I should hit that little bubble. Maybe I should hit this bubble down. Yeah, I'll go back and hit the bubble. Maybe it'll
Feel
trigger a thing. Come on, get over
seems
there.
wise.
Bubble? No. Okay. It's just frickin' dark in here now. There we go. Stuff. And I think there's another cabinet over here with the old. There we go. Yeah. Let's go around. Let's look at the Welkins. Just trying to think. I recently saw the word Welkin in a context that wasn't disco, like it's an actual word in like Polish
Oh, really?
for an actual kind of goblin-y thing.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Yeah, I'll try cycling Regulus. Ba-ba. Close and back and that's a little better. Teensy bit. I'm gonna ignore the stuff.
Yes.
Let's go downstairs. No! No! Go downstairs. I'm only here for fridge. Welkin means the vault of the sky in English. Cool.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost and the bear's eyes are glowing red.
Princess Intel, no one's talked about the narrator's voice, but you're right. It's silky smooth.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door.
I like mysterious belly door. Crack her
A
open.
gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
I'm not gonna shame him for being afraid of this giant ass bear.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Free ice
A
cream.
friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with
Alright, closing the door. Does yelling up the chimney cost me damage of any kind? I think I might take psychic damage from crawling around in the coal, but I don't know if I take physical damage unless I kick the chimney.
I don't remember.
I'm gonna go buy drugs so that we don't die.
Reasonable. Alternatively, we could save Scum.
Sure, yeah. I'll just grab some stuff.
And
from
just,
in here.
like, find out.
Yeah, alright.
It is a thing the game allows us to do.
Let us F around, then. Doop, 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 doop. Someone has stuck some busted guns underneath the ceiling.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Look, there's a hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you
Ooh.
want to take a look?
I'll let him do it. You do the honors, Kim.
Sure. Okay, here's some more rifles. None of these seem to be working. No! An old Belmagrave rifle. That's rare to find in such good order. Seems to no longer be functional, but still rare. Here,
This should cheer you up.
it's yours, officer. You found this place.
What does this mean? A rifle.
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
Alright. So, ba 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 ba. Doodly doodly doo. F5. Let's go.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
I'm going to definitely smear my hands with coal.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient.
Healthy.
You feel the spirit of
Vivid.
Karazai, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint.
Hadramat Karzai, smear your cheeks black with coal.
3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul.
What are you doing?
I'm the reincarnation of an ancient Ilmarian warrior.
Please wipe your face clean, officer.
No, you're a proud warrior. Keep it.
Ooh.
Mm.
Mm. Mm.
You can turn red under the lieutenant's gaze. You look like a kid, not a police officer. Even the war paint can't conceal the embarrassment.
It's okay.
Thank you. So, where were we?
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice, or several voices, talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs. The echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying, or what's producing them.
What are you doing?
I'm hallucinating, or maybe it's the entity.
Wait, really? Take your head out of the chimney, please. It's not safe.
It feels safe to know that the lieutenant's got your back, now and always.
Got my back. Is it protect me from myself? Is what they mean.
This sounded real. not imagined.
Plaisance says it lives in the chimney.
You're right.
All
The
right.
rooms do look like they're connected, but malignant entities don't exist. At
Do
least
I have-
not the supernatural kind.
Like a muscle shirt or something.
Hmm.
You muster all your strength and yell. Your dehydrated, hungover throat can produce little more.
We're
than
such a
dry
mess.
throat. A lifetime of smoking and drinking will do that to you. The chatter from the chimney continues on as before. You seem to have made no impression on whatever's up there. Then again, maybe.
Maybe
All
you
right.
should let your voice.
I will reload. And yell at the chimney. I'm not gonna get stuck in a chimney. Probably.
Probably.
A thick layer looks like this film is dark. The
What are you doing?
I hear the murder of the hanged man talking.
Wait, really?
No.
You should investigate.
Hello?
If someone's upstairs.
You must
Nah.
all your
Oh.
Is there like a quick load? No. Honestly, I could make this so much easier with just the right shirt and some alcohol.
I mean, yeah.
thick layer looks
If you
like
wanna
this
yell.
furnace has it's dark. The
What are you doing? Wait, looks like it. No one has used it in ages. No
Kablam!
signs of any.
something breaks loose in you.
First try!
Mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
Hello?
you've awakened the entity.
I summon the ghost of this doomed commercial area. Answer me, spirit!
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs, the sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
It's 7 for dice, isn't it?
Yes.
Should I go get some bottles? I can sell that gun. The rifle. Yeah, I'll just go sell the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the antique.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Yeah, it doesn't work. Whatever. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Can I look at this bird? No. Insane. Oh yeah, and I can sell the shot put ball. Yeah, because we didn't punt the petanque ball into the sea, did we?
No.
There we go. That ball is ours to sell.
Hmm.
Oops. Yep. Let's get that bubble. Sewers. Yeah. Yay. Yeah, Princess Intel. Sometimes it's a little bit space questy where stuff will just kill you.
Yeah, but
yeah.
like, I feel the ways that this game kills you are way more interesting than the way an old Sierra adventure game would kill you.
If you don't mind, please put the flashlight away. Some of us have photonic
Oh, no.
sensitivities.
Oh, I'm
I'd
sorry.
be
no.
appreciated.
I've never done that before.
It's not often that I see off it. What can I do for you?
I want to
Curtis is
sell
not
crap.
insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
I feel like I'm interrupting you.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately. RCM or otherwise.
Who
Complain.
are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Quite the collection? Something... Or do we want to be like anti-consumer?
Yeah.
Typical vacuous consumer.
Kind.
Something I'd like to sell.
Let me have a look.
Check my pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that ball goes for good.
Oh, it does.
A ball used for playing shot put, a favorite pastime of elderly gentlemen. So I'll keep the gun for now, because then I can, I think, show it off to the old mans.
Another time.
Oh, yeah. They'll be impressed.
Hey,
Who, me? Are we about to start communism?
yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Love's worked out really well for me. I'm a love winner. No, can't argue with that.
So, what about all that communism you've promised to build? Word on the street is you've woken up from 1,000 years of slumber, promising to erect a version of communism many times greater than any attempted before. Is that true?
How come there's word on the street?
You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pockets, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
Sounds like me.
Funky
Yeah.
style. Very funky. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
What is communism?
Communism.
Failure. It's about failure.
Failure?
Yes. Abject
Sounds like us.
failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb stomped and pissed on. Until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world. You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother.
My mom?
You against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist. Now get to work, comrade.
Roll up your sleeves and start building communism.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Get the
Opt
firing
in.
squads and the animal wagons ready.
You didn't say anything about firing squads.
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs.
Roll your sleeves up further and breathe in the pristine air of Roy's Pawn Shop. Do we have brain space? We have brain space!
Hooray.
Hooray! So we get -2 visual calculus, because everything looks like a reaction. People think communism was some crazy idea that had its comeuppance 40 years ago, a fever that shook the world never to return again. They were right, until he woke up today, a spiritual corpse responsive only to the call of the Commodore Red, prostitutes, and Krasmazov. For him, communism is still a thing. He will single-handedly raise the commune of Ep2 from the oceanic trench where it has been resting, covered in ghosts and seaweed. He is the big communism builder. Come witness his attempt to rebuild communism in the year 51. Yee. All right. Let's go see Dice Lady. Oh, what dice do we want? We'll have to... So, Keytar Cat, what happened was, through dialogue, I gave a lot of responses that are left-leaning, and my brain, which talks to me, was like, hey, it sounds like you like communism. And I was like, I like communism. Let's incorporate that into my personality through the fancy thought cabinet. Which is stuff we hold in our head that kind of builds our identity. The first 3 slots are free, and then the rest take skill points to either clear, because you can get rid of them afterwards. Not that we want to. Or,
Every thought we have is important.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll have some effect once they're done percolating. This one's going to be 3 hours, 10 minutes research time. So time only passes in the dialogue menus or overnight. Come on. Find the floor. Oh, I don't have the flashlight. That's why I can't go anywhere. I need the flashlight to walk through dark spaces. Alright. Hello? Tray is full of dice. Colorful polyhedral dice. Hundreds of them. Candy dispenser has been repurposed to contain thousands of dice. Is this the perfect place?
I've never seen this before. Did we come here before, or is this
I thought
new?
we did. And I thought we got the chaos die.
Did we?
I have trouble keeping our one playthrough straight with like the 10s that I've done. I don't often get even like to day 3 when I'm rolling a new one, but because I just kind of want to see stuff. Don't remember it. Oh, yeah. That this lady's been here the whole time. Since the original game, and yeah, she works with headphones on. She makes dice on commission, and she lives in the chimney in the doomed commercial area.
Hello, I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius. So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now.
What do you mean by muse?
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
Must have me confused with someone else. I haven't knocked on your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
No, I was looking for something else. Answers.
Answers? How strange. These days people only come to me for dice and role-playing games. I'm not sure how helpful I'll be, but go ahead and ask.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shells like stalagmites.
So, what do you know about the murder?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean by daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about.
She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
You never took your eyes off your work to look out the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
She nods.
Alright.
Anything else, officer?
Where are we? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
The curse!
Creative.
When she arrived here, there was no room anywhere else. She must have known the other businesses.
I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
I don't know why the bookstore hasn't gone bankrupt yet. That's what I'm here to investigate.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the Whirling in Rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
The Whirling is part of the doomed commercial area.
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the east of the Commerce Central project.
No, the Whirling isn't doing well either. Its waitress just took off and customers have trouble paying bills.
And there's me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Plaisance thinks it's because you're the source of it, a malignant entity.
Malignant entity? What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm the malignant entity?
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
Think it still might be you that's causing it. Narrow your eyes very mysteriously.
So I'm the grand dragon in the cave. Might I ask what supports this claim? I yelled to summon the ghost of the doomed commercial area, and you were the one who answered. Oh my. I I've revealed myself. You better call the exorcists.
I don't have to call anyone. I'm a ghost whisperer myself.
Of course. How convenient. Well, if you ever find a way to explain all those inconsistencies in the curse, then let me know.
Plaisance needs to hear about this. Perhaps if you combine your psychic energies, you will make sense of the situation.
So, yeah, we can try Shivers to see why her business hasn't failed. We can also order a custom dice from her. I think any dice will unlock any blocked white checks that we have, but
Oh, really?
we have to
God,
pick one.
I love Shivers,
Tell me what you
by
have
the
in
way.
mind.
So, like, you know, the RPG the guys were working on with the radio in the other
Yes.
room? We can get a dice for that game. We can get a cursed die. I think we can get matching blue and white police dice.
Okay. I mean, every die I have ever rolled becomes a curse die.
Looking for something to help with my
I
work.
think I have just the right one for you.
Yeah?
Police colors.
It's because I'm police.
Not the most original, I know. But sometimes the obvious choice is obvious because it's best. Here, catch. They're a gift from me.
Watch out!
Mr. Smooth Moves. You snatch the dice out of the air with one hand, just like you're in a movie.
Wink at the dice
Oh,
maker.
what are the odds? The red one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay, and the blue one is the inverse. I believe these dice are your lucky charm, officer.
She winked back at you. Can you believe it? You truly are Mr. Smooth Moves.
You definitely need luck in Martinez. Was there anything else?
Alright, I'm gonna leave. You can talk to her about all of the other businesses, but I don't think have a list because we haven't gone through the call box in the front.
Right.
But now we can go talk to Plaisance. Just gonna steal some more stuff. Got itchy fingies. Wait, this way around, down. There we go. Yas. Cube. Watch out. Hello. Book lady.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The dark sarcophagus.
Yes. How was it?
Was a carnal house of failed business enterprises, leeching life energy from this bookstore.
I knew it. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us. But what else did you find?
I
Did
talked to
anything
the...
survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Niha. She's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
We have assayed her aura.
I felt her aura. She's not the one to blame for this
I
curse.
don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm.
There's another entity, more malignant, pulling the strings in Martinez. Perhaps in my travels I will cross paths with it.
Third order presence. Yes.
Agreed. Dark relief washes over her.
I've heard of these triactors. In certain occult literature, that's too dark to dwell on for too long, and definitely not in public. I understand everything, sir. Thank you for your descending into the maelstrom. I will keep fort up here, strengthen the wards, do my best. And if you happen upon the third entity in your travels, may the Lord be with you.
Well, this has been absolutely educational. If we happen on the third present in our travels, we will certainly come back to tell you.
Yes, the venture continues in other waters, darker waters.
Should we get out of here? Before?
I'm gonna go buy a map. Boop-a-doop. Map.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Storekeep, can I buy these maps?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Why is the one of Martinez so cheap?
That old thing? It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago, they also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
What happened then?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Not gonna steal it.
Ashamed of your surroundings.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Well, I'm up here. Anything I need or want? No, not right now. We can buy more books later. Okay.
Would now be a good time to take a quick break?
I think so.
In case we get into something.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
We'll
take
be
a quick 5 minute.
back after these commercials. Sit tight, everybody. Yo. So, I am back. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. What am I doing? I don't need to be in this menu. I should pick up some trash. Unless I don't want to. How much do I owe Gart? I'm gonna go talk to Gart. Do we have a new thought? Not yet. We'll get a white ring around our head when the thought comes up. I could check on tasks, but I also have to be like, Guard, I found something about the whirling.
Can I help you?
About the money I owe.
Yes. Have
How
you
much
got
is it?
For the drinks? 30 real.
Oh, that's achievable.
Like
I should
what?
I should do.
I was really enjoying talking about the money you owe me.
I can pick up bottles for that.
Another thing. Great.
Oh.
I love those.
No, he
yes.
doesn't care about not being part of the doomed commercial area, or yes, a part of the doomed commercial area. Guess I'll have to connect that with the pinball workshop upstairs. So I can sell the bull as well to get that much, right? It's worth loads of money. Wait, I already sold the bull. I mean the gun. Okay. I'm just gonna pick up bottles until Cameron comes back. Run, run, run. Give me plastic bag. mine. Keeping our official police notepad out. Alright. Bam. I don't know. Gart manages several businesses, so he's probably filthy rich. Like,
I have returned.
disgusting rich person. Rich people are disgusting, is what I'm saying.
They are.
I just checked that we owe 30 for the night, so I'm filling my bags.
Is tear the term in Europe for empties or deposit?
Any Europeans in chat?
Scab?
Right to work.
Good one, officer. Don't worry. We here have solidarity with the RCN.
In Sweden, we call it a pant? Or pledge?
Or pledge.
Wow, okay.
Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
And they don't do returns in the UK? Huh. Huh. Like, I think in the States, they've got, like, in some places, like, a vending machine that'll count your empties for you. Whereas here, we just go to, like, the bottle depot, and it's very loud. And in BC, they give you less money than they do in Alberta. But Ian still does it. Just loads up his teeny tiny car, because Ian drives a Mini.
With empties.
With empties, and then comes back with like $40. Because it's a lot. We drink a lot. I drink a lot. Doopy doopy doop. Investigating a murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
What's 40 Canadian real money? Like 25?
American? No, it's got to
30.
be like 30,
33?
30 something.
It's it fluctuates, the value of the dollar. Just thinking they just approved returning some sort of bottle, and I don't remember what it is. So it's probably not even interesting. But like, Tetra Paks aren't really recyclable. Although we've all, of course, recently discovered that nothing is recyclable, so...
Yeah. Here we, what do we do? We return to a bottle depot and they throw it in the ocean for us.
Yeah. Or ship it to Africa.
Yeah.
One of the two. Maybe you want to help me solve it by telling me who did it.
Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule me out. Easier that way.
Should we? He didn't do it. It's the truth.
Yeah, I think what they actually do is, if it's aluminum, they definitely do recycle it, but they have to melt it in a big, nasty, caustic pot, because the aluminum cans are plastic coated on the inside to prevent corrosion, and that stuff is not recyclable. And plastic stuff they shred and either burn or form into like garbage plastic. because you can kind of only do it once. It's like paper. What's beyond the gates?
My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits. I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
I just walk in,
I walk right past Measurehead and go in.
past Measurehead.
Yeah, the 2.5-meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him,
Right.
then press the button to unlock the door,
Uh-huh.
then go past him again,
Okay.
and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
Doesn't seem like it's gonna be that easy.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation,
Okay.
or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview, or maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone ever bested him in a physical confrontation?
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Got it.
Sure.
Nice talking to you. I'm actually just looking for money. I just wanted to peek up here to see if any bottles.
I kind of like Call Me Mañana.
Mm-hmm.
He seems like an alright dude
Yeah.
who is extremely patient with you.
He's probably high off his ass.
I mean, I know I would be. I mean, Juliamon and Tamale, you were both very correct. Measurehead could kill us by spitting on us, and we could probably kill Measurehead by breathing on him.
Al Ghul. Yeah, at home, because last week I, admitted to have never done the fascist racist run. Tried to start that, and I tried to, I'm down with racism, and tried to figure out Measurehead's racist enigma, and the answer I gave him did not make him happy, but he still pitied me enough to let me in.
That's nice of him.
Jean-Luc is full of pity for my ham sandwichness. Garbage? Yeah. I don't know if I'll ever know what the correct answer to his question is. Correct.
Probably the worst one.
That's what I tried.
Really? Huh.
See, if you talk to him a lot, even though he's like a racial supremacist, you find out that he's actually from Coron. He was born here
Oh.
and has never been to anywhere else.
Nothing as annoying as a convert. A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Crank it.
You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then, nothing happens.
No, I'm gonna...
A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal, some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Yeah. I'm gonna have some salami.
G'day to you, officers.
burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
First, what are you doing here?
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating this salami.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Very good stuff.
Do you
Anything I
know?
can do for you, officer?
Do you know what happened?
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revachol.
Whoever did this was amazing.
The words "daredevil driver" sound ominous to you.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
Can I have some salami?
Sure thing.
It is salty, it is savory, it is chewy. The hangover only makes the salami more tasty.
Want some too,
Yeah,
officer?
cured meat would hit right after a hangover, wouldn't it?
Yeah, especially that smooth salami that's not like overly spiced, like a pepperoni might be, or like
Just like
any chili-based things. I can't imagine like spicy meats being great, but they're great when you're drunk. Yeah.
Why not?
Lieutenant ponders the offer for a moment, then decides to go for it. Takes a slice of salami from the man and chews on it. Yes. What's the lever do?
It's supposed to operate the waterlock, but as noted, it's all junk right now. Disabled because of the blockage.
Why?
Safety measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key to be reactivated. Wouldn't want anyone moving the waterlock with debris still in the channel.
Who would do that?
It'll be restarted on Wednesday morning. You want to do the honors when the time comes?
Yes.
Great. Just drop in on Wednesday if you want to see the waterlock at work. They say the canal crew will be here at 7:15.
The
Yeah.
coast part of the map is inaccessible until the third day.
Cool. All right, let's look at this butter sign. Can I? No. Nope. Can't visual calculus it right now. Ba-di-ba-di. So do we want to shoot the body down?
We can try. I mean, what are our options? We can shoot it down. We can get Measurehead to do it. Won't it fall down on its own after a while? No? Okay.
This strap's really strong.
No, I meant the neck failed.
Oh, I can pull on the leg.
Right.
Okay, so I've got 1 health, and I've got the stuff for doing the autopsy. Kablam!
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
What is that? Why is it so bad?
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Come on, heroic.
Only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
It's a very good vomiting noise.
The ammonia didn't help at all.
Nor does the wind right now.
The weight is reassuring, like a crenel on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder.
Why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop my whole life?
I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, baguette. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough.
You seem to be
I
fine.
think I've lost my sense of smell. Not being hungover helps too.
When I was in high school, our chemistry teacher gave us a field trip to the with a coroner. He was a weird dude.
Did you see a dead body?
No.
What was the point?
He just talked to us about analytical chemistry techniques. But coroners are weird dudes.
Yeah.
And no dead body.
That's like going to the fire station and not being allowed to go into the fire truck.
Yeah.
Can't we do something else? I think I want to solve something else now.
It's probably a good idea. Clear our head. But before we can do that, you need to get your shit together.
Oh, the shit compressor.
Yeah. My shit already is together.
No, it's not, officer.
Okay.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize it with special bonuses and effects.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Fine. I mean, I did quick save. But
We could scum it.
I don't think it's worth it. Let me just get this shit together. Oh, we've got another skill point.
Yeah. I mean, we
save it.
could put it into...
I'll save it. Like,
Yeah.
for when we've got a thingamy. Should I try to punch Kuno now?
With our physical instrument of 1?
Yeah. What if I go buy a shirt?
Ooh. Right.
I'll go talk to the smoker on the balcony, and then I'll go get the sexy pants from the coal room, and then I'll be ready. Just need jeans to make my ass look good. Ooh. And I can conceptualize this wall.
Right. Yes.
All right, let's see what our odds are.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Kablam!
You have no clue. It's just a wall.
Rude. But what about this drug stash? Hey, you.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
Why are you whispering? It sounds like you're already in trouble.
There's no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Actually, the gendarmerie really want to talk to you.
Is it really that important? All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Looks like you got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Did you, Kim?
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
What's your friend's real name? Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette.
What's your
In
name?
neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette.
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Lol.
Martin Martinez? Good local name. Let's go with that.
Okay. We'll talk later.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Pretty please stay.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains?
Hey, listen. I'm just trying to make sure things okay. Make things okay again. Can we meet somewhere else?
For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes. Compassion and a hint of understanding.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
He flicks the cigarette over the rail.
Hold on. What's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
Oh, cool. Looks like I don't have to beg him to stay. That gets real awkward.
He's gone.
We should run after him and see where he went.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits.
So we just
If you
give
don't
up?
know, he could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there. If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
Let's do that. Yeah, I love that idea. Rock.
A stone like
Turns
this
it
key
over.
beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
Free
This must be
access.
for the front door. Pity doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has many apartments and the man can be in any of them.
How are we gonna find the right one?
We'll just have to go in and see.
And
What?
what?
Zuh.
Can I get in the other door? Do I have the... Do I have the... key? Am I okay? Yes! Whew. I was worried the whole thing would explode. You there, old woman!
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
Should I call a doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Do you live here?
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
I'm looking for Martin Martinez.
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry.
You don't understand. I'm looking for a real person named Martin Martinez. He told me he's Martin Martinez.
Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martin Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez, like Sim Jamrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Oops. You really didn't get the joke there.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
How about a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, smoker on the balcony? Know where he lives?
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
He's wanted for murder. He's going away for life.
He's
Bam.
actually not wanted for murder. We just want to talk with him.
Talk? He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Alright, so tomorrow we can go talk to him.
Thank you.
And we got Hobocop.
Hobocop. Technically, you wouldn't be a cop anymore, but a hobo. That would mean game over for the cop chapter of your adventures. But who knows where the hobo part takes you? To the bar? The old L'Assommoir? To the pier or the sewers? To Le Royaume, where for 300 years they interred the dead. You could plunder royalist crypts for long-forgotten triple malt bourbon, then fight the Aramakan beast that lurks the bottommost sepulchres. The secrets of the city are all yours at last.
And bonuses? Reveals extra special collector's edition tear bottles on the map. More money from selling tear. Learning cap for shivers raised to 6. So we are...
I love how shivers is a physical attribute.
It's
right,
very
it's something
literal.
It's something you feel, right? That it's linked to your physical integrity.
In the fridge.
Princess Intel in chat? Absolutely. There should be a Disco Elysium secret lair.
Oh, can you imagine? Oh.
Everything in it does like absolutely nothing in game.
Yeah, it would just be like the lands.
Yeah.
You get some grotesque swamps. Oh. Postcard. And let's get some glasses. Boom. Now I'm an auditor. Bathroom. Do I need flashlight? Flash. Oh. Stuff. And bathroom stuff. Money. Okay. Let's go talk to art friend Cindy the Skull.
Trying to decide who my favorite character in this game is, and I think if I were to make a list, Cindy would be high on it.
See, I really like Roy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The pawn shop owner?
Yep. Hello.
The
Flashlight.
streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Let's start with your blood type and go from there.
Go where? Accosting a miner?
Listen to your partner, pig man. Keep your grubby hooves off little old ladies.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Is that heavy fuel oil?
Red dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
That's some clever cultural commentary.
You ain't seen nothing yet, piggy boo.
What you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
So you don't know what to write?
Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cats. And my name's not Mona, so...
She wants it to be something true and total.
I have an opinion. Do you want to hear?
Yeah?
I love public art. Don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
Oh no, do I need the pry bar to get the pants?
Ooh.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Alright, I'm gonna go get this box stuff. Kablam. Door is locked. Can't get in. Pants! Good. Okay, so it's just to get into the other stash that I need. Stuff. Alright. We can have a fun "you're a minor" joke with Cindy.
Hello again, officers. Have
that
you
your-
come to admire my mural?
Is that your bed in the coal room?
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Really? You're a miner?
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens.
I guess it works.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
Cool.
Shoot, piggy.
Alright. We got our shit together.
Nice. This lets us re-roll the body thing, right?
With a bonus.
West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
So yeah, all endurance white checks unlocked, and we can actually put points in endurance now. Which I should probably do before sitting in a chair.
Yeah. I love that you can sit in a chair so uncomfortable it kills you.
Mm-hmm. And he'll refuse to talk to you until you sit in the chair.
Mm-hmm. It's a real power move from just a old school hater. You've got to respect it.
Okay. Right to the body. Hustle! Hustle! Did we do this?
You see a set of tires.
We failed.
Yeah.
It's okay. Maybe that's why we can't do the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
I don't think I succeeded on a single check last week.
Looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Kablam!
As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
Step closer.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow.
If you're holding the pry bar, you can hit the boots.
These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
These aren't just boots. They're armor.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
What kind of armor is this exactly?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Where?
Under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
What happened to the rest of it?
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
Understood.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form. Ageless and synthetic.
Material looks out of place.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Ka-ching, baby!
By catching, do you mean let's not log them as evidence? Let's steal them?
That's not what I meant.
Of course.
The lieutenant nods often. It's part of his unplastic expression range, communicating both professionalism and sarcasm. This time, the latter.
Knock on the boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Sounds fragile.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like whirls of floorboards, the design looks organic. influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps.
What does this remind me of?
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like.
Run your fingers over the line.
The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice the whorls are in the shape of a letter and number combination, E50, 100, 1000.
Looks like there's a serial number on the right sabaton.
Good. Can you read it to me?
E50, 100, 1000.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
So, yeah, I can try to yank the boots off now. And I've never pushed it past being told not to do it once. I don't know if you can decapitate the corpse by doing that. But yeah, I fully intend to take these boots. I'm not going to sell them because you can't sell clothes, but I'm going to try to assemble the whole armor set.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Inspect.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch.
What kind of rope is this?
Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries.
Like in a circus. When the circus leaves town and they tie a black-spotted giraffe to the wall of a carry pen.
Like in a circus for transporting black-spotted giraffes?
No. More like in Hobo. Like the one just east of here. I get the sense they used whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
They sure wanted him to stay up there. The polyester seems strong.
It's not merely polyester. It's steel reinforced. See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed.
We're assuming dock workers from the harbor did this.
The brief suggested as much. Politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
They might have forgotten to brief me.
Then you should ask me the first moment we get.
Look at
The
corpse.
cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos.
Inspect the tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars.
What will mine be marked by?
Alcohol and heartbreak.
Is this a map of the night sky?
The map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
I'm missing something.
So am I.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears, some sort of camera.
Should I let him do it, or?
Let's watch him work. Let's
All right.
observe.
Yeah, let him do his thing.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
He produces two metal-capped ampoules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
Cool machine.
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yes.
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
What do we need this photo for?
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Can I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
Look him in the eye.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression, not carried on his features, but below, inside, an expression of pleasure. This man was experiencing joy at the moment of his death.
This man enjoyed the moment of his death.
Why do you think so?
Supernatural reasons.
There are no supernatural reasons.
Tell me who you are, dead man.
I'm gone.
Where?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Where's that?
In the past. Way out in the west.
I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
You are now, but who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
I have another question for you.
Go ahead, Coppo.
What's happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your...
Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips.
Imagination.
Yeah, man! Don't be crazy! Inanimate objects and dead people can't really talk to you. Your wild imagination is doing this. Ask some more of those questions you love so much.
He loves those.
Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Give me a comical amount of questions.
Coming right up. Copperoonie, Rooney. This is getting upbeat now.
Is my name Rooney?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Rooney is obviously not who I am.
Between you and me, your name is probably Harry.
Could I be Harry?
You can be anything you want, brother Coppo.
Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
Who killed you?
Love did me in, brother Coppo. It was love all along.
Can you ask me a question?
Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this?
What?
Looking at my face, motionless. Looking into my eyes. Standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
Maybe this will lead to something. Something indescribable, unforeseen, miraculous? Why were you feeling pleasure when you died?
Maybe I was getting my rocks off.
Why do you speak like that? What is that dialect?
It's a mishmash, Copabolo. You think I'm Messinian, don't you? For you, this is how people from Messina speak like.
I'm not even sure what Messina is.
Well, I'm not from Messina, am I? My hair is too light a shade of brown. Trust your inner racist.
What, are you racist now too?
You think I am. You think I was a racist because this lump looks military and has tattoos. That's called profiling.
So you were feeling sexual arousal when they were hanging you?
Do I look like an erotic auto-asphyxiation type to you?
Hmm.
Children, cover your ears.
Captain Coppadromo, I fear we are drifting away, fixating on sexuality again. Let's go with a simpler question.
I hate you, you stinky, you're boring.
Do I remind you of someone?
No.
Sure I do. You just don't want to admit it.
Enough.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Squint and take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink.
Observe.
Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
I'm squinting, Kim. Why am I doing this?
How should I know why you are squinting, officer?
Squint harder. His face and hands are pink, thighs too. The rest is greenish.
Oh. You are trying to assess lividity.
Relax your eyes.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
Gross.
What do you think?
I think he's dead.
True.
His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead.
The world no longer stores his personality in its composition. There was a time for that, and it ended 7 days ago.
That sounds about right, yes.
What do you think?
I think he was upright immediately after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet, and his neck. The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think.
Could it still be that he was moved after death?
There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
I don't need to talk about smells or... Well... Massive bruises. Let's talk about the bruises.
Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
Back off and catch your breath.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
So, how do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down.
Okay, I'm going to step back and stop examination and save so that we can try to shoot this down.
Okay.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos and extremities blotched pink and...
Boop. What if I load? Okay.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots. His skin is marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. On his chest, a fading web of tattoos. The cargo belt used to hang him from the tree looks reinforced.
Carlio, I didn't touch anything after hitting save. Preliminary examination is done. Let's get him down from there.
So am I. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the bed without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
Maybe we could shoot him down.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
I don't know. Maybe just the belt. Shoot the belt. The bullet will break it.
It absolutely will not, officer. That's not how physics work. It will maybe cut one thread loose.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Let me try.
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He appears too deep in concentration to even notice what you said.
Say nothing. Let him choose.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Nothing.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The trick voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
a lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's test was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight. He feels bad about his eyes mostly. Just having bad eyesight, probably from a young age. Whatever you do, do not console him.
Fucking idiot! Mookaba asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
Alright, try it again maybe?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
Should I tell him to get his shit together? I think there's gotta be a branch where he gives me the gun.
Yeah.
Get your shit together!
Remain collegial.
Okay, that's not.
It wasn't. I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
Me? Me try?
It's bad as it is.
Give gun to me?
That's shooting
Give gun to
firearms
me?
like punks here. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't hit the victim.
Give gun?
They only have one gun!
Oops.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Officer, why do we only have one gun?
Remember when I told you I didn't have my badge or uniform with me when I woke up? I didn't have my gun either.
That is even more unfortunate than the badge. You need to contact your station about it as soon as possible. Try not to lose this one, please.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana pointer! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
Feel the weight.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
Can't imagine bakelite in a gun. Okay, maybe
Yeah,
like the handle, the grip.
Would it be brittle?
Like it wouldn't. It doesn't.
I mean, I guess
repeated shocks.
Weren't Russian, like Cold War era weapons? Didn't they have bakelite furniture? Like wood impregnated bakelite?
Maybe.
On the AK-47? I want to say they did.
Yeah, it just seems like it would shatter the moment you drop it on something pointy.
Hmm.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
Point the gun at the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground, and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Close your left eye first.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the noon light as the corpse slowly rotates.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Bam!
Yeah!
First time!
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir.
Oh, yeah, the stream is fully spoiled. You can chat all you want about spoilers for this game. Especially since we did a first playthrough already.
With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you, looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Who killed you?
Communism.
Dang it!
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
You've been
Horrid
policed.
is a good word that we don't use often enough.
Bam!
Ace is high.
We can do aces high
High
or
five.
aces low. Oh!
The aces
Oh!
a custom invented by the aerostatic brigades during the revolution, is used to celebrate success in Revachol, especially in sports. The gesture is spread
Leaving him hanging.
despite
Mm-mm,
the
I'm
defeat
not gonna
of
do
the
it.
revolutionaries themselves.
Slap it. Oh, this is so satisfying.
The lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary salutation. Your palm hurts from the slap. It's precise and down to the point.
I knew these guys were.
What now?
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have released something deep inside it.
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy.
All right.
In the meantime, we should try to interview Evrard Clare, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though. Or we could ask around for the representative of the logistics company. My initial information says the Wild Pines have sent some sort of strike negotiator to wrangle control back from Evrard.
You could ask the gardener for directions.
Let's go. All right. Break time.
Yeah, definitely break time. See you shortly, chat.
I'm back. So, we've got roughly half an hour of time left, I think. No, 40 minutes? Alright. Don't think I can immediately investigate that, but I want aces high, because then we'll be best friends with Kim. Internalize. Oh, it's only 2 hours. So, I can read a book, or talk to the Wild Pines rep, or report my stuff missing, or I forgot to put the pants on. Excuse me. Bam. There we go.
The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool, calm, and collected. As your hand enters the pocket, your fingers brush against something soft yet crinkly.
Sorry, if Cam's back, he's muted still, so I don't think he's back. Take the item out.
Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper. It reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. You should inspect it closer if you have time.
Kablam! Let's go talk to the Wild Pines rep. Or I could try to get Sandwich. Yeah, these are the jeans that make our butt look good. God ass is what it gives us. Although these jeans look worn, the wearer must have had an ass given to them by the mighty Lord himself. His beautiful peach-shaped man-ass has imprinted itself so deep in the fabric you can't but wonder if wearing them would start molding your own vague rear side into a more shapely form as well. And we lose on reaction speed because we're looking at our own ass. Actually, maybe I want to read a book so that I have communism before talking to her. Yeah, let's do that. Gonna find a book, gonna find a book. Or maybe I can just read my case files. What if I want to just read case files?
Trash, a cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Urinal.
Oh, and the cool piece of toilet paper is stuck to the back.
Alright. Hey, the dice I have gave me a boost to reading my own case files.
Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700, the next world mural.
Alright. HPD? Weren't those officer? Precinct? Harry Dubois?
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
And HDB?
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
No, I think I wanna go for a tequila sunrise, not because I think we failed on Ambrosius. But we can still tequila. Those aren't my initials.
Feeling isn't really the jurisdiction we're in right now. Probably for the best, because HDB feels like bad news from yesteryear. Like shit, Honcho.
Right, tequila sunset, not sunrise. You're right. How long does it take to read a case?
It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start?
The Next World mural.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, True love is possible only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the next world mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
What? Do I ever figure out who came up with it?
The case files do not show you finding the author of the design. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options.
Keep the mural, it is right.
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us.
All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class.
In any case, it appears to have been a rare case of civil activity in the quarter, and agreement as well.
There we
What do you
go.
want to tackle next? Not much has changed.
Those. And communism.
Mazovian socio-economics. 0.000% of communism has been built. Evil, child-murdering billionaires still rule the world with a shit-eating grin. All he has managed to do is make himself sad. He is starting to suspect Krasmazov fucked him over personally with his socio-economic theory. It has, however, made him into a very smart boy with something like a university degree in truth. Instead of building communism, he now builds a precise model of this grotesque, duplicitous world.
Alright, and bonuses? Left-wing dialogue options give +4 XP and -1 visual calculus, -1 authority. Oops. So White Morning has 23 minutes left, and Ace's High is about 2 hours. So I'm going to talk to the gardener. I hope that carries over the stuff I need for the one. And by stuff, I mean time. I hope time moves. And I hope sometime in the future to see Cameron unmuted.
Hello again, officer.
I need directions.
Of course. Where to?
Do you know where I could find the representative for Wild Pines?
Wild Pines? You mean the company woman?
Yeah.
Yes, a representative of the harbor. She should have set up operations nearby.
Oh, that must be the woman on the giant boat. There's one docked on the pier. It arrived a couple of weeks ago. It's very hard to miss.
Where am I?
What do you mean?
Just tell me where we are.
We're in Martinez, sir. This intersection is called Roundabout North, I think.
What's north?
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really.
What's east?
The harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too.
What's south?
Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably.
What's on the other side of the canal?
Just coast. There's a little fishing village there. and a fish market, but that got closed down ages ago.
What's in the west?
It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach.
Thank you.
No problem.
She's very well composed. Back straight.
All right. So we've got communism now.
Oh, outstanding. Aerostatic attack aircraft. Okay, you know how sometimes you're like, okay, I'm going to go and do this task that takes 5 minutes, but you've never critically examined how long a task takes before?
Uh-huh.
So, as it turns out, making a cup of coffee takes about 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, not for me, but, you know.
A kettle of water takes time to boil, as it turns out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, our kettle spawned a leak by the base of the handle, so we got a water on demand pot.
Oh.
So now we can dechlorinate our water, which is great. But yeah, so we just get so as long as it's got more than a cup of water in it, which is above the refill line, then I can, it's basically 2 minutes past the point where I grind the beans. Because there's like some stirring involved. We use an AeroPress, which is too tall to fit under the water dispenser.
Right.
So we have to use a measuring cup. But it's still faster than it used to be to boil water and to keep it warm. So.
Strikes and gutters.
Yeah. That's just why I say it takes less than 15 minutes. It's just like measure beans, hit grind on the beans, pour my water, dump them all into a thing, stir 30 seconds, and then squish out the thing. And I guess it's just the resistance on the filter is the remaining time, which I like to check Twitter while just leaning on the plunger.
Yeah, as it turns out, like, what I think of as a slow meditative ritual is in fact a slow meditative ritual. Anyway, that was a very roundabout way of saying I'm sorry for being late.
Well, it's like, it's similar to my panic text before the stream where I was like, it was 10 after. It takes our elevator like 5 to 10 minutes to get to my floor and get me out the door, depending. So I usually like to leave like exactly on the hour to get here 20 minutes later. And yeah, it was 10 past when I was just like, oh no, I got sucked into trying to problem solve this stupid program, and I figured it out during the walk what I had done. But yeah, I blame Mangled Pixel for having me install a CAD program and showing me how to use it. So now I'm...
Dang it, Pix.
Yeah. There's no hope for me anymore. I've got that and Elden Ring and...
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Sorry, a little distracted by noted spammer Lord Hosk in the chat. Disparaging other chat members. Rude. I should have Hosk on Can't Draw Horses.
Ooh, yes.
That would be amazing. Hosk, talk to me.
Our community's very own Photoshop MS Paint wizard, Lord Hosk.
Yeah. Oh. What's the L stand for?
Phaeton. My maiden name.
What gave us away?
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
Relax. She meant it in jest.
Shake her
I'm
hand.
glad to see you here.
Oh, she's got Margaret Thatcher's haircut. That's what it is.
If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will. Gladly.
It's less round.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief even. The lieutenant is hatching some scheme.
Ooh.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
We're on an archipelago?
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Still, I haven't seen anyone else sail a boat.
I haven't seen anyone
Oh
else
no, she
drive
said
a
the word.
souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
Other questions are boring. What can you tell me about the strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What's your role?
I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbor. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Tell us more about Behemoth.
What can I say? The union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organization now.
How were talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
We're the same. We're exactly the same.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
The scabs. Did you put them there?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Tell me about Mr. Clare.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Can't be good for the arteries.
Hmm.
Oh, your poor heart. Oh.
If you were to prick it with
Viscous
something
goo.
sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
Ooh, you sound like you're about to take a rapier to him.
Oh, heavens, no. We get along just fine. Yet, now that you mention it, I can't stop imagining that black treacle just dribbling down his double chin.
He can't be that bad.
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
There's two of him?
Yes.
Dear
Edgar
Lord.
looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the union itself, outside of the Brothers Clare?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The Brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
Sham?
The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
What's left? Rights of the Working Man or Giant Leech?
Rights of the working man. We are a communist, after all.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think so?
Everard, the Human Leech, Measurehead, Union sounds like a motley crew.
Wink.
Or they're good labor men. Can't fault them for a little corruption.
All very, like, sincere answers instead of, like, our usual absolute chaos.
Number 3.
Ha! A real man of the left. What else can I tell you about?
You said something happened in the elections.
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Eerie?
Downright haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Let's change the topic.
Of course. How else can I help?
I'm gonna leave
Of course,
so that I can
detective.
see what
Take
my
care.
mind palace has provided. White morning. And the little guy gets smaller and smaller as you rise above the dollhouse world. You see him out in the snow on the streets, in the shop on the corner, and finally in a matchbox house. Sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill. You can smell them from up here. It's awful. A white morning. A modern death. Divorce or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him. Make him smaller. Make him less you. Plus 20% zoom. And all motorics. Learning cap raised by 1.
Nice.
Nice. So now I can zoom way out. I think we have the voiceover set to maximum, so if there's any unvoiced lines, it's forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I really want to hear what Everart sounds like.
Harry.
Because, like, the voice you gave him where it sounded like he had a mouth perpetually full of fudge.
That was based on the voice that he had.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Although I for Sinclair in Heat Death, I took it further. Company man. Alright. What to do? I'm gonna see if I can autopsy. Because I want to stuff this body in the freezer.
Yes.
I'm gonna put the gardening gloves on.
Seems wise.
Icky. I'm gonna stick my finger in his mouth if it gives me the option. Alright.
This man's head has one too many holes.
His eyes looking straight through you. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
Which was it that killed you then, love or communism?
Huh?
You said love killed you, but when you fell down, you said it was communism.
You're misquoting me, Rooney. I said communism killed me. Love did me in.
Is there a difference? Rude.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
What's a field autopsy?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
Let's get in there.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity.
What do you mean?
I mean when I need you to. Until then, I should handle physical contact, and you should take notes.
We should just fill this in, right? Show him the red field autopsy form in my ledger. I'm super competent this time.
That's right.
I have all my paperwork ready for this.
You knew it because you inspected your ledger. The lieutenant is relieved you know the protocol.
All right.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with...
Assistant?
That's you.
All right.
The corpse lies there, indifferent to your retrograde amnesia.
Coroner's case number...
KK57-0803.081
Write it down.
Next.
Name.
NA.
Date of birth.
NA.
Age.
Roughly 50.
Right? Approximately 50.
The corpse looks ageless, like meat on a hook.
Race.
Mondial.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Sex.
Fucky, fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex?
Male.
Nor
So boring.
does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Date of birth.
We're still going with March 4th, 51.
Oh, date of death. Not date of birth.
What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
A strange word. Treatment.
I don't know.
Silent nod. The lieutenant places his gloved hand on the corpse's chest, as if in preparation. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-Delorian burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Road, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today, 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
Turn the page.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copy paper tries to answer why.
External examination summary.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing. The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design. Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a cargo lashing belt around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature, below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Touch the corpse's hair before moving on.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch, wet.
Stroke his hair gently.
The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to the latex of the glove, like thread off a ragdoll's head. There must be brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil.
Write it down, adding the brilliantine.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Maximum velocity!
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation.
High velocity.
Get your mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With other hand pulling the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
Alright, what happens now?
You get chain cutters, then try with those. I have a pair in the toolbox of my
Alright.
Kintan corpse. We had a good rhythm going.
Alright, I think we've got enough time to get the chain cutters and snap the belt. All we have to do is remember to say we want to store the body, and after Kim goes to sleep, we steal the boots.
Right.
That's all we need.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out tool, a metallic drawer, the prime useful for opening the handles up.
There we go.
The pull-out toolbox.
Got everything. Equip the chain cutters. Snip, snip. Okie-dokie.
The rotting man lies on his...
Rip.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Let's cut the belt.
Cut with as much precision as you can, please.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Look for a good spot to cut.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there, steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
Okay.
All right.
Cut the belt.
You jam the cutters right.
Oh,
under the
God.
belt. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already they're buried deep in the man's flesh.
Fuckity fuck.
Then the lieutenant looks by, somewhat worried.
Cut more!
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck that.
Told you my pig was hardcore.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy.
Yeah, I'll let him do it.
He sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts, with his elbow to his knee for precision. Snap! The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
Here.
There's a gap.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck, on the nape. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia...
No! Let's get out and see!
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Does it look like he was enjoying his moment of death?
Ah yes, your hunch before. We can have a semen analysis requested from processing, if that's what you meant.
No, I was trying to get a psychic read.
No, you weren't. Just write down that we request a semen, vaginal, and anal fluids analysis.
The corpse with his pants down does not have an opinion on the subject. All he has is genitals and a deathly odor.
Alright, add semen sample.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin. Last item, hands.
Pick up a hand.
His flesh is cold.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name?
I'm from...
I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Corbo. What can I do you for, Il Corbo de Cappadocia?
It's good to hold your hand. Did you like it when I stroked your hair?
I did, Kobo. I did. Reminded me of when I was just a small boy, before this happened to my face and my body. You did me a kindness there. We should do this more often. Be close like this, I mean.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
Were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Ooh. That's All for the external. Well done.
All right.
What next?
Internal.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
If I may add, the moral of this story.
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
The brain is very vulnerable to compromises in its blood supply.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
All right, NA.
Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous. You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable.
Write it down.
Respiratory system.
He begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
From here, it looks as though the clown-faced man is screaming. The tendons of his jaw are torn apart. Hyoid ripped from the force of the lieutenant's hands.
Look inside the dead man's mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
Look deeper.
It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth. You're forced to swallow, just to keep looking. Inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and darkness.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Alright. Write it down.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
NA.
Same for toxicology and serology. NA. Cardiovascular.
NA.
The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging.
Write it down.
Gastrointestinal. Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
Omit the voila.
What's next on the list?
I'm going to stop here.
Okay.
Save. Alright.
All right.
I think things are going well. We've hit some nitty gritty gross parts.
Yeah. We've thrown up once today.
Only once.
We threw up on the first stream too. So we're batting 1,000.
Yep. I didn't punch the child. I restrained myself. I think you have to punch him in order to recruit him as a helper later.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how you get his respect. And then you can run around the island with him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, got to see a couple things I hadn't really seen before, but I was surprised that we didn't hit the dice maker last time.
Yeah, she's entirely new to me, I think.
Huh.
At least I don't remember her.
Yeah, because you have to succeed at yelling. I think if you kick the furnace, it gives you a boost to the yelling, but...
Oh,
because you've been making a lot of noise. But otherwise, yeah. Yeah. Shall we do subs?
Let's do subs. I will start off with Innovative Methods, who came back for 56 months saying 4 years and my favorite game. Thank you.
Imperion, 76 months. Art Cup, Art Cup, Art Cup.
Adam J. Ford came back for the 87th month. Thank you.
British Bob, 20 months. A nice round number.
Aramis 8 for 34 months. Thank you.
Mel D, 99 months. 99 months of sub on the wall. 99 months of sub.
That's where Cats has come back for the 98th month.
Agent Winter, 35 months. Thank you.
Original Garwolf has come back for the 59th month.
Pseudonym, 3 months. Sounds like a fake name. 2 months. That's like 1 month, but twice.
Paco Taco 009 has come back for the 12th month. Happy 1 year.
Thagnock, 30 months. Thank you.
And John Helix has come back for the 23rd month. Ooh, 23 months, getting close to the 1 year.
Yeah.
It is nigh.
Love an anniversary.
Hmm.
Yep. So, coming up, we've got Let's Note, and I'm gesturing to the space where people would be outside of this room. Anything you want to make a note of? There's the Fam Jam.
Yeah, the Fam Jam is coming up on Saturday or on Friday, all day Friday. So there's not going to be an LRR Matig on Thursday because of it. But tune in for that, where we play Magic all day long.
All day long. All day.
All day.
Yeah. Yeah. The Note Boys, I think Ben is piloting Bloodborne. It's fun to see him surprised by the fun little treats in the game.
Yes, yeah, the encountering the amygdala outside the cathedral.
It's just like, I just
Because
wanted
it
a
does look
cool
like
hat.
Yeah, because it looks like a bug the first time it happens to you.
Yes. All right.
Well, we will see you soon then, chat.
Yeah. Catch you on the flippy dip.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.